just looking at his record of commentary and alleged anti-Semitism, and the fact that he brought Kyle Rittenhouse into the county, not even in his district, and then allegedly lied about the reason why they moved it from Covington, which seems to be documented pretty well. I mean,
Correct.
we can't really say to a certainty, but the documentation and the statement made by the club seems to allege that it was a false claim.
Hmm.
Um, there's several bills that he's either sponsoring or he's a co-sponsor on. One is to allow 18-year-olds to carry concealed weapons. One removes gun-free zones, which includes schools in Kentucky. He's going to build a name Kentucky 18 after President Trump. Um, making taxes less on guns or gun accessories or classes for weapons training. At the same time, there's a bill to remove the governor's name from highway signs that are funded by the state. Why is his focus not child homelessness or veteran suicide or student suicide even now, or failures of state agencies? Why the focus on Trump, 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 gun, 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 and making a name for himself? That seems to be his goal.
That's exactly it. He is not serious. He does not have any serious policy proposals. He doesn't have a serious thought in his head, for that matter. He is a petulant child in the legislature, in my opinion, who wants to do nothing but stir up controversy and keep his name in the news. He is all about T.J. Roberts and nothing to do with the state of Kentucky. He is about getting his name out, stirring up controversy, making outrageous statements, and seeing how far he can go with his craziness, and then thinking that's the ticket to get reelected and reelected. And maybe it is. Maybe he's right about that, but it certainly doesn't serve the people.
So he's cozied up, obviously, to Representative Maddox, to Congressman Massie. Through the campaign, he got several endorsements at the national level. Obviously, through those connections,
Sure.
there's no way he knew all of these people.
Right.
And I don't place much stock in endorsements when it comes to politics at any level. But what I have seen and others have seen through the election of Donald Trump in his first term is, in politics, it's okay to say what you really believe now. It's okay to say what you were afraid to say before. And there's a negative to that because there's a lot of negative speech. But I tend to look at it as, okay, now we know who you are. Now we know what you really stand for. Now we know you may be the bad guy. And it doesn't matter if you have an R or a D or an I after your name. You might be the bad guy in either one of those groups.
Right. You see a lot more of you see politicians anymore saying things that 20 years ago would have absolutely been the death knell of their campaign. I mean, Trump is a prime example of that. I mean, how many candidates could mock a disabled individual or talk about John McCain as not being a war hero or talk about grabbing women by their genitals and not being destroyed as a candidate? And the same thing with some of the stuff that T.J. Roberts and Thomas Massie. I mean, posing for Christmas cards with your holding guns. I mean, what says Prince of Peace other than holding a gun on your Christmas card? I mean, these are things that used to be would have destroyed their candidate. And you're right. They do let the candidate reveal who he or she is. But to me, the sad part is that those people get elected because it also reveals what we are.